welcome to another show of Education is the Best Medicine, and thanks for watching. Again, in our continuing discussions around health and education, I thought it was apropos that we have some giants in the entertainment community and in our environment. It's been shown by many studies that health is not only mental, physical, but a spiritual aspect. And again, entertainment, music have been a long staple in our community, in most communities. Today, we have Mr. Soul, a.k.a., and Mr. Sweet, a.k.a. They'll give us your names later. It's the a.k.a. And I want to thank you for coming on the show. Soul, I met in front of, we were in front of,
oh man, I forget the spot.
yeah, we were in front of one of the coffee shops, the Java House.
Java House.
And he's a Bay Area rapper who, I asked him, did he use the N-word in his music? And he said yes, and then he had a great explanation for why, and I thought that would be appropriate because, again, as we look at forms of entertainment, all entertainment, rapping goes back many years, and it's one of the cultural staples culturally for us, and again, he's just bringing the rhythm and beat forward. I made the statement to him, hip-hop versus rap, which one's going to survive, and he'll talk about that. This is a Sweet, good friend of mine. He's the son of Sweet Jimmy in Oakland. And we're going to talk a little bit about the entertainment industry, how tough it is to function in that arena. There was an incident down at Jimmy's that we're going to talk about because we talk about it in terms of a fishbowl story. You know the story where you see a fish and the guy says, gee, I had this big fish. And then the next guy says, yeah. And then the story gets that he captured a whale. So we want to try to address those kinds of issues. Jimmy, Sweet, thanks for coming in. I know you've been busy having meetings with the city and stuff, so thanks for really stopping by. First of all, what got you into rap versus hip hop, and we talked about the use of the N-word.
Wow, what got me into rap music?
First of all, introduce yourself and where you come from and all that kind of good stuff.
My name is Soul, aka Mark Hopkins. Come from Oakland, Bay Area native. Grew up all around the Bay Area, actually. Okay. Man, I mean, the love of music primarily got me into rap. I think it all started with my first Run DMC and Too Short record.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Staples in the community.
Staples in the community, definitely. Okay. And from there, you know, it just blossomed. I started rhyming, you know, McChesney Junior High School, East Oakland, and you know, just planted the seeds in my heart.
Okay.
You know?
So first of all, before we even get started, I like to say where you gonna be at, where you gonna be performing.
Ooh, y'all just missed a performance on September 11th. Yeah. Me and my hip hop band, we played at the Great American Music Hall out in San Francisco.
Oh, wonderful, great venue. Great venue.
So y'all can stay tuned. I mean, we're gonna be performing all around.
And we're gonna have you back too.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's really tough. And particularly young African-American men running a major entertainment complex like Sweet Jimmy's. What have been the concerns and the issues, and would you tell us a little bit about the shooting incident that happened there?
Well, Friday night, we had an incident. I mean, it could have happened anywhere. But
this is true.
It's basically like, it was Richmond. Richmond, you know, South Richmond and North Richmond, they've been having problems for over years now. And they just happened to meet up at the only African-American club in Oakland because the rest was shut down. Well, it's not the only one, but it's the only one that everybody liked to go to. Sure. They happened to be there at the same time, on the same night. So what ended up happening, a big fight broke out. We kicked everybody out. They went to a parking lot that we do not control. The city won't give us no control over that parking lot. The ice skating ring is supposed to lock that parking lot when they finish at 9 o'clock. They didn't lock it, so cars was able to park in there, and it turns into a big congregation after the clubs let out. Right. Anyway, the fight broke out in that parking lot. Right. So a guy from South Richmond shot a guy from North Richmond in the head. He was dead. And since then, that happened like maybe about 1:30 a.m., close to 2 a.m.
And the club was
Since
closed.
then, right, when the club was closed. We shut down early that day because of that fight.
Okay.
So we was already shut down when that incident happened. after that incident, before 1 p.m. the next day, North Richmond went and retaliated on South Richmond, killed somebody. Then South Richmond went back to North Richmond and killed somebody else. So that's like 3 murders within a 12-hour span. And, you know, of course, Sweet Jimmy's going to catch all the rap for it when Sweet Jimmy's really didn't have nothing to do with it except for being in business.
I
and
agree.
the media is the one that blew it out of proportion, talking about it was a Richmond, Oakland thing, and Oakland, you need to be worried about them retaliating. No, it was a Richmond thing. That's exactly why that there was 2 more killings within that 12-hour span in Richmond and not in Oakland.
Wow. And the discussion has to do not only with the death of young black men, which is an ongoing issue, but with a community now that had at one time 15 to 20 clubs that people of color could hang out and associate with all different age levels, now mirrored to 3. Also, we find that Sweet Jimmy's is in one of the prime areas in terms of real estate, and I don't think that a person of color owning that kind of real estate is really looked upon as someone they want to maintain, given the changes they want to make in the city over the next 10 or 12 years. So again, what we have, it seems as though is a concerted effort to squash not only a person of color's business, but in a particular industry, and that we've seen decreasing in terms of exposure as we lose businesses in general in Oakland. So you were telling me about some of your rapping lyrics, and we talked about the N-word. If people don't know what the N-word is nigger. So I don't use that. I try not to use that word in my discussions anymore. I use the N-word, and I always try to watch myself now because of a discussion with a very articulate brother about 3 or 4 weeks ago that moved me to this point. And he and I had just met in front of Java House when I asked him about that particular word. And what he told me was, and why don't you tell me what you told me?
Wow, well, you know, it's not to glorify the N-word, you know, when I, speaking me in particular, but it's also to address the fact that there are people out there that use this word, and this is a reality, and if you want to communicate with these people, with these select group of people, if you will, you know, you have to be able to speak their language, you know, to even catch their ear.
Like going to Spain and speaking Spanish,
yeah,
or going
exactly,
to Germany and speaking German.
Exactly. And then I think the real opportunity for any kind of message can only be garnered, you know, after you have their ear, after you have their attention, and you talk and they talk. Okay. You speak and they flavor.
So you do love songs?
I did one love song.
Oh,
I did
okay.
one love song.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I did one love song. Yeah. But you know, that's just to keep it real, though. You know, it's all about balance. You know.
So Sweet, when did you really start assuming some of the business roles from your dad, and what have you found? I know just from a general. I said, oh, he's running the joint now. I said, wait a minute, any kind of young to be running the joint now, you know? And what I like about Sweet Jimmy's is that he's maintained the same flavor. Folks that, you know, I call it old folks out at night like myself can go and listen to jazz. We can listen to Zyloco. We can listen to all those types of forms of music that's well attended and well received by the mid-age to older population of African Americans and people of color. And so I really want to thank him for that, for maintaining that flavor. I think his dad would be kind of upset if he didn't. I really want to appreciate, too, that I think he's done an excellent job in terms of security, in terms of the nights I've been there, in terms of shutting these kinds of incidents down. So I find no fault with the organization or with the folks that are running. Again, things happen in the community. What I don't like is being labeled and being pushed as it's all the same group, because I'm sure that people die in front of places every day and they don't want to shut them down, or they don't want to shut city blocks down because people die in those streets. But again, when you're talking about people of color in entertainment, you're talking about, again, a group that's underserved, underrepresented, and overregulated. What problems have you seen, Soul, in terms of getting your music out to the masses? Because it sounds like it might be a real good message.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, the industry is dominated by entertainment, you know, and so, you know, if you're trying to bring a message, problem is that people want to be entertained first, and the machine, if you will, wants to be entertained first. So they want to hear you glamorizing such deaths that are unfortunate, you know, at places like Sweet Jimmy's or in our hood, in our communities.
Okay.
So if you're straying any way any way or shape or form from that formula, sometimes you get a lot of resistance, as well as not having, major label backing,
So, Sweet, before we even progress any further, what have been some of your problems in terms of assuming the mentorship and leadership role at Jimmy's, and also how you're going to, or how can you, or how would you suggest you have the ability to prevent incidents happening like the kind that happened?
Well, the way I got into it really is, I was just started off working for my father. He kind of worked me at the very, very bottom.
Yeah, I saw you bushing tables and stuff.
That's where he started off.
That's right.
A lot of people that don't know me from back in the day think I just jumped into management and was just like, I'm his son, walking with my chest out and like.
I know that's not true.
Hey, you do this, you do that. Nah, I started at the very bottom. I know every in and out and every nook and cranny of the club business.
Okay.
That's how he raised me into it. So I really thought I was just going to be working for him. I wasn't tripping, but I just started seeing a lot of things that just wasn't right. I seen a lot of ways we can kind of make the business more successful.
Right.
My father brought it to a certain point, and then I feel that I could get it to the next level.
Okay.
And it was just in my blood. So his thing was
father and son business, basically.
Right, exactly.
Which is a good way what we want to have happen.
He kind of figured the older crowd was his crowd. He's the bomb at that. He was the best at that. Me, on the other hand, I like younger type of stuff.
That's right.
And so I felt the older crowd and the younger crowd can party together without any problems happening.
Yeah.
So I'm a cat that like to wear jeans and tennis shoes. I don't like to dress up when I go to club. That doesn't make me a knucklehead. And there's a lot of people out there that don't like to dress up when they go to clubs, and that's not knuckleheads. So I had to find a way to weed the knuckleheads out and promote just to the people that's just like me.
You're just coming in for a good time.
Yeah, coming in for a good time, but don't like to dress up. So me and my father did little things, did little promotions to where he have some old nights, we have some young nights, everybody's happy.
So it's a good mixture. Yeah, and I think that's really true of the complex and what we're trying to talk about here. Again, education is the best medicine, and what we're trying to bring to you, because we use these forms of entertainment to relax. Stress is the number one killer for us. If we're not able to relax, find social settings, socialize, and how are we going to maintain and continue and promote issues of the community? I think it's just absolutely gorgeous that a father would pass on his business to his son, and that this gentleman, Soul, thinks that he's good enough to rap. He's good enough to push his music, because whatever a person wants to do, whatever they think they're good at, I'm for them because they're for it and they believe in it. And that's why these gentlemen are on the show today, because they are very, very powerful in terms of where they're going and what they're doing. And I see nothing but positive things for them. What help, Sweet, do you ask for from the community in terms of, kind of making this thing right and moving it forward? Because again, I felt it was important to have you on the show to kind of put the message to rest that, one, this incident did not happen inside the club. It happened after the club was closed. It happened out in the outside parking part. They're not even close to the entertainment complex. And I thought that was just really important.
Well, I just want people to know, for one, that parking lot, Sweet Jimmy's don't own. Sweet Jimmy's owns no parking lot. Our customers park on the streets. That parking lot is owned by the city, which is given the rights for the Oakland Ice Center, the rights to use it till 9 o'clock. They gave us the rights to use it after 9 o'clock. We choose not to use it because they won't let us charge for people to park to place security in there. So we just don't use it at all. Ice skating ring's supposed to lock it at 9 o'clock. If we want to use it, we'll open it back up. All right. I would like for people to really understand that that parking lot does not belong to Sweet Jimmy's. That incident that happened in there, of course, I feel for the family and the friends of the person that got killed.
It's terrible.
And even the person that did the killing, he needs help. I feel for his family. But my thing is, get the story right. Always hear it from the horse's mouth. I was like, anything you want to know from me, I tell you the truth. I have no reason to lie. Nobody got shot on the dance floor at Sweet Jimmy's. Nobody got shot in Sweet Jimmy's or in front of Sweet Jimmy's. That happened in that parking lot. And in the newspaper, it said a 15-year-old got shot in that same parking lot. They tried to pin that on us. A 15-year-old don't come to Jimmy's. You got to be 21 to get in there. We have a curfew in the city of Oakland. Why wasn't he at home? That's not Sweet Jimmy's fault that 15-year-old got killed in there. And yes, once again, I feel for the family and friends of that 15-year-old. We just got to get our facts straight, and we as a people need to stop trying to tear down another business by hearing gossip or rumors from another person when we need to just go get the facts from the originator.
I think too, if I might add again, this is a Willie Lynch syndrome at work here. It works to help us divide one another, and we conquer one another that way. So anything we can do to tear one another down or hate or player hate, that's what we'll do. So that's why I had him come on the program also too, to make this real clear. That's why I had this Soul to come on, because when he told me he used the N-word, he had to talk to me about that because I wanted to hear his side. And like I'll hear anybody's side. So we'll have anybody who wants to talk about this incident, because I think it's really important for it to be put in this proper light, in this proper perspective. And I would also say that we also have to understand that there's always diabolical forces afoot to, again, minimize our impact in the community, limit our exposure in the community, and basically just put us into a box. And I think it's very unfortunate, but we have to continue to fight that with information, honesty, truth, and be looking folks straight in the eye and tell them this didn't happen. This is the way it happened. So you got, so when's your next performance?
Oh man, we're still working on that.
Okay. Got an album in the works, anything like that?
Yeah, I have an album. I have an album that just dropped a few months ago.
What's the name of it?
It's called A World Without End.
Oh, okay.
And y'all can pick that up at Amoeba or Rasputin Records.
Okay.
In Berkeley
right.
or San Francisco.
Okay.
Or on the web.
What's it called? What's the website?
11525.com.
Say it again.
11525.com.
Okay, that's somewhere. I'll
yeah.
work with it. Jimmy, what's going on? Sweet, what's going on with the entertainment complex? Have they closed it down, or are they are they still having it open, or what's the issue right now with that?
Well, we open.
Okay.
They're not. There's only one guy that's really talking about trying to close us down, and that's Lieutenant Polson of OPD.
Okay.
The chief ain't talking.
Vis-a-vis Word, vis-a-vis Brown. Okay.
Right.
Let's be real about that. So he just didn't take it upon himself.
I can say
that.
it's not the chief of police.
Okay.
Lieutenant Polson was trying to have a hearing to close us down because of the Oakland Raiders AFC Championship party we had, and they was rioting in East Oakland, and we had a party at the club. There's a lot of people out there, but no rioting, no looting, no nothing, and they tried to pin all that on us.
So they wanted
to close us down.
They wanted to do the Fruitvale issue that came in.
Right.
They wanted to equate that with what happened in.
Right.
Okay.
So Lieutenant Polson wanted to have a hearing. Chief Word stopped the hearing. He was just like, "This ain't gonna happen." You know, we had a meeting. We got everything straight. So in the papers, Lieutenant Polson said he was gonna try to go around. And so much worse, he's gonna try to go around the chief and get it to be done without the chief. And but everybody else, we got their support. Okay. We are open. We open every day of the week. We do different things, different days. We got our website, www.sweetjimmys.com. That's with an IES.
What can we do to help? Do we need to write? Do we need to call? What do we need to do? Who need to call? Who we need to write?
You know what I would like people to do?
What's
It'll be perfect if people could come. If they can either email me, sweets@sweetjimmys.com, SWEETS.
Spell it again.
SWEETS @sweetjimmys.com.
It's the A with the circle, folks, all right?
Yeah. And that's IES. And email me so I can have your email address, and we'll just make a whole list and put you on with the rest of our supporters. So we keep it open. My father, he's been in business longer than I've been born.
Paid all his bills, don't owe nobody, ain't no loans out, Where's that story? He owe folks. Let's get it real, okay? So
and that property is prime property.
Prime property to the city. So again, we're just trying to keep it real here. This education is the best medicine. I'm trying to bring cutting-edge programs and cutting-edge issues that affect us, affect the community, affect the culturation. Again, health is not only a physical, mental, but it's a spiritual state also. And I think that through the music, we have found a lot of peace. I have found a lot of solace coming to Jimmy's and dancing. And I found a lot of peace and also just hanging out there and being and saying hello and seeing Papa Jimmy up there, and it's just great stuff. So it's a community issue, it's a community thing. They tried to shut the club down as of last year too. So this has been an ongoing piece. I don't know what the discussion is with the City Fathers and Jimmy's, but I think it's an appropriate one given the fact there's only about 3 clubs that you can go to in the first place. So again, the discussion around entertainment, a discussion around attack of black businesses, and attack of people of color business, attack of us in the entertainment issue, and again, objecting our place. One more thing. Now, what's your future? What do you see in the future for you? You just gonna rap? You wanna produce? You got new folks under the wing?
I got new
produce
folks.
A white guy or something like that?
I'll produce anybody got talent.
Okay, good.
I just got this band. I'm doing a lot of producing for cats I'm working with on the side.
Right.
Group called Five and Dime out of the town, and just collaborating with a lot of people.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I just really liked your energy. We were talking. I said, well, this brother can handle this. So, well, let's see if he wants to come on and talk to me about this shit. And here he is. So, look, sometimes my guests, they come off the community, off the street, back door. Hey, we just love people to come on and talk to us about what their issues are. And if you got an issue you want to talk to, we come about healthcare issues, political, please. Get involved. BCM, get involved with BCM, the community media station. There's an attack on community media-based stations. I won't say the station's name. I won't say the industry's name, but there is an attack on community-based stations. We need to be aware of this attack. We need to be supportive of the community stations like this because they are, again, bringing the hits to you. Sweet. We talked a little bit about, your background and what do you see for the future of Sweet Jimmy's?
Future? Man, I want one all over the globe.
Okay, all right.
That's my future. I want one all over the globe. I want a Sweet Jimmy's to be near every Marriott hotel.
Okay.
I want a Sweet Jimmy's in every party city in the world.
All right, okay, sounds exciting, man. And you?
I just want everybody to hear my music.
Okay.
I want to get the message out there. Of course, I want to tour, and just keep on doing good music,
Okay.
Keep on bringing good music.
Well, we always talk about African American men. We talk about the rate of death and suicide, rate of violence. Here I have with you 2 young black men under 30 that are just doing it. This represents our community in its highest form. It represents our community, the strength and the pillars of our community. These are folks you need to be supporting. These are folks you need to seek out. Now, we hear a lot about the gun-toting, shooting, violent, drug-oriented, pants dragging down mindset. Well, that's one part of our community, but this is another part too. So I want both the parts of the community to be raised up. I want the community to understand both these aspects because they're very important. They represent our future. They represent the goals of the past and present. And I'm really just so excited they were able to come on and talk about their individual goals and individual aspirations and just what's going on in their lives right now. I'm going to have you back on, of course, gentlemen, maybe in the next couple months to see what's going on in the careers, what's going on with Jimmy's. And, we're going to keep this dialogue going because we think that, again, education is the best medicine, and we want to provide a forum for these kinds of issues to take place and have a discussion around them in an intelligent and thought-provoking manner. Again, Oakland Black Caucus, don't forget about it. Join the organization, call information. It's Oakland Black Caucus. We meet on Thursdays at Jeffries in a Circle, and we're just excited about it as an organization. I'm excited about these 2 gentlemen here that they would take the time out of their busy schedules to come talk to me about what I think is some of the most pressing issues for men of color. Again, our survival. And if this is any indication, we are going to survive this.
Definitely.
Gentlemen, any parting words? Any parting words?
Support your local hip hop. Be safe.
Safe sex?
Love each other. Safe sex, yeah.
All right.
I just got one question.
Yeah.
There's 93 murders in Oakland. One happened up the streets from Sweet Jimmy's. You shut Sweet Jimmy's down. Is that going to solve all our problems?
No. Hey, with that, again, education is the best medicine. Remember, we want you to love yourself and honor yourself. A man and a woman without a knowledge of themselves is like a tree with no roots. That's why education is the best medicine. We're going to keep bringing these shows to you, keep bringing the hits. Gentlemen, I love you both. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I love you both.
Education,
all right, thank you. And we'll be seeing you next time because education is the best medicine.